LPBW stars Zach and Tori Roloff have finally responded to Matt Roloff's controversial farm decision. The silence is broken, and it is louder than ever. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. They aren't holding back at all and are talking about how Matt made some shocking decisions when it comes to the Roloff farms. But that's not all. Tori and Zach further talked about whether they were willing to raise their kids on the farm and visit it often. They reflected on their current mindsets, and viewers aren't able to blame them at all. Is this true? What is this all about? What did they reveal? Keep on reading to learn some shocking details about this controversy. LPBW viewers know that Zach and Jeremy moved out of the Roloff farms after their infamous issues with Matt Roloff about the ownership of the property. Amid all this, Jacob came into the picture, began living on the farm, and became the latter's right-hand man. However, things further went downhill when Matt put a portion of the Roloff farms on the market. He was willing to lock a deal with a stranger and not his own sons. Matt is selling 16 acres of the farm for $2,895,000, and it has been listed for the third time in a row. He initially also put it on sale, but due to the high price and order issues, Matt wasn't able to get his desired deal. However, as of 2025, Matt's farm is still on sale. Zach and Tori might not be part of the LPBW show, but they still have their own podcast to share their views. During a recent episode, they decided to answer their viewers' questions and discuss the Roloff farm dynamics. Amid all this, Zach revealed that Matteo's birthday was the last time his family was back on the farm. For almost 2 years, it was only on Matteo's birthday that Zach and Tori decided to visit the Roloff farms. Tori then explained how the family farm was no longer the place they sneaked out to. They don't really go there now. The celeb was hesitant when she admitted that her family tends to avoid visiting the Roloff farms now. Zach noted, "I was really hoping the farm would sell, honestly, like quick." He explained how things were being dragged, and that there were some other dynamics as well, so there was no reason for them to go there. Tori further added that Roloff Farms isn't the happy place for her family now, and they don't really care to be there anymore. Zach added, "It brings up a lot of resentment and old feelings." He talked about how he would love his kids to experience farm life, but he believes it is unrealistic now. The celeb added, "We'll go over there for birthday parties, but that's about it." Hence, it is evident that Zach and Tori are no longer willing to have anything to do with the Roloff farms and are trying to avoid them. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. Keep coming back to the TV season and spoilers for more updates. For Zach and Tori, one of the biggest revelations from this chapter of their life has been rediscovering what family means beyond land and legacy. The Roloff farm has always been more than a piece of property. It was an emblem of belonging, heritage, and continuity. But as tensions rose and negotiations faltered, it became evident that the real essence of family can be carried in moments and memories regardless of where those moments occur. "Family isn't about a place," Tori said in a recent conversation. "It's about the people in it." We've learned that in a very profound way, we can create that same warmth and belonging for our kids in Washington or anywhere life takes us. The farm was special, but our family's bond doesn't reside in a location. It's in how we support and love one another every day. Zach echoed this sentiment, expressing that while the farm represented an irreplaceable chapter of his life, it doesn't define who he is as a father and husband. "My memories on that farm will always be a part of me. It shaped who I am. But it doesn't mean that's the only place I can have a future. Our future is built by us, and it can flourish wherever we choose to plant it." This shift in focus has resonated deeply with their fans, many of whom have been inspired by the couple's resilience and ability to find grace in moments of heartbreak. In stepping away from the show and focusing inward, Zach and Tori have reshaped their narrative from one about loss to one about growth. The process of letting go hasn't been without its trials. Both Zach and Tori have openly acknowledged moments of grief and moments where accepting the reality felt nearly impossible. In interviews and social media posts, the couple has been remarkably transparent about the emotions that came with stepping away from a life and legacy they always hoped to inherit. "There were nights when I felt like I was grieving a chapter that was supposed to be ours," Zach said quietly. "That's hard to accept when you've built your whole childhood and adult life around that space. You assume certain things will remain, certain traditions will continue. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you have to release those expectations and open yourself up to new beginnings." Tori, too, expressed moments of vulnerability, sharing that it was challenging to witness tensions within the family play out publicly. "Reality television doesn't capture every emotion, every conversation, every attempt at making things right," she explained. "That can be hard for people to understand when they only see fragments of your life. We tried for a long time to find common ground, to bridge the gaps. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But throughout it all, we kept focusing on the well-being of ourselves, our children, and the life we're building." Today, the couple is settled in their new home in Battleground, Washington, surrounded by tall trees, expansive spaces, and a quieter, more serene environment than the one they left behind in Oregon. The move, while daunting, has offered the family a fresh canvas upon which to create their own traditions and write new stories. Tori has shared glimpses of their new life online: cozy family moments by the fireplace, trips to nearby farms and markets, celebrations of birthdays and milestones, and the everyday beauty of parenting 3 growing children. The couple has embraced these moments as an affirmation that life can be rich, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling, even when it doesn't align with long-held expectations. "Washington feels like a gift," said Tori. "It gave us space to breathe, space to reflect, and space to focus on what truly matters. Our children deserve a childhood rooted in joy, belonging, and peace regardless of where we live." Zach added, "It's been a chance for us to redefine ourselves as a family. We're making memories every day, memories that aren't about the farm or the show, but about us being together. And that's a gift I'll never take for granted." Although tensions surrounding the farm have undeniably left a mark, Zach and Tori remain hopeful about the possibility of healing within the Roloff family. In recent interviews and interactions online, both have emphasized that their decision to step away from the farm and the show doesn't mean cutting ties completely. "Family is always going to be family," said Zach. "That doesn't change. What has changed is how we relate to one another and what boundaries we're putting in place to protect ourselves and our children. Respect, understanding, and open communication are going to be vital if we want to move forward. And I'm hopeful that we can get to that point one step, one conversation at a time." Tori expressed a similar sentiment. "We're hopeful that one day we can have moments where we come together and focus on the love and memories that tie us, rather than the things that have divided us. It may take time, but that's okay. We're open to it, as long as it's rooted in mutual respect and a shared desire for peace." The couple's recent decision to open up about their experience has sparked an outpouring of support from the LPBW fan community. Social media platforms and forums have been flooded with messages from followers expressing admiration for Zach and Tori's honesty and grace. One commenter wrote, "Thank you for sharing your hearts. It takes courage to walk away from a chapter that doesn't honor your family's well-being, and it takes strength to speak openly about it. We're with you every step of the way." Another said, "Your resilience as a family is inspiring. So many people relate to the complexities of family dynamics, and your openness gives others permission to acknowledge their own struggles and boundaries. Wishing you all the best in this new chapter." The overwhelming sentiment from fans has been one of understanding and encouragement, reinforcing that the couple's legacy now rests not within the boundaries of Roloff Farms, but within the hearts and homes they are creating for their children. As Zach and Tori Roloff move further away from their days on Little People, Big World, their story evolves into one that captures the heart of countless families across the world, a story about belonging, boundaries, resilience, and the profound beauty of choosing one's own path. For nearly 2 decades, the world watched as the Roloff family opened their hearts and lives to the cameras. Today, as the chapter closes, the couple reminds us that endings aren't always about loss. Sometimes they are about rediscovery. Sometimes a no to one chapter can become a yes to a more authentic, hopeful, and meaningful one. Zach and Tori have embraced that lesson with grace, and their message is clear. It doesn't matter where you came from or where life takes you, it's about nurturing the bonds that matter, standing firm in the truths you hold dear, and creating spaces where belonging can flourish.